Hello everybody and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac episode 5. Today we are going to be playing as Isaac. So, some bad news. Unfortunately, I'd actually just recorded episode 5, and apparently I had forgotten to turn on OBS and actually record it. So I only had the audio recorded. So, that sucks, but it doesn't mean I get another chance here. It wasn't a great run. I didn't miss out on anything. There's one run that made it to the womb, made it to Mom's heart, and then a bunch of runs that failed well before that. So perhaps a bit of a chance to redeem myself in my own eyes, perhaps in yours. So the previous run, episode 4, didn't go that well either. With Judas, so it was kind of to be expected from my perspective, but I was a little bit bummed out that episode 5 didn't go that well. So, in a way, maybe this will work out for us. Maybe this will be best for the long run. Obviously, not something I wanted to do deliberately, but it did happen. So, we just gotta deal with it. And so Telepathy for Dummies will give us homing tears for 1 room. Every 2 rooms. Not really a good item, so I'm going to reroll it. Certainly not better than D6. Kamikaze will let us explode against walls and stuff. So again, well, it's actually better, like a lot better than Telepathy for Dummies, but it's not better than D6, so you know. So we're just going to move on, I guess. A little bit of weird dead silence there. So goal right now is to accumulate some more D6 charges, and also to find the second item room. That's pretty much my entire goal right now. We got Curse of the Labyrinth, by the way, so we have twice as many rooms, 1.8 times as many rooms as the actual number, I believe, and 2 item rooms, 2 bosses, 1 shop, and 1 secret room. So. In a way, you do lose a bit of efficiency by getting an Excel 4, but it can be faster overall. Just because you can skip through the rooms. Demon Baby? Demon Baby is an interesting idea. I would like to try and find the item room, the second item room, before I decide to reroll that. This is the Basement XL, so we'll get more rerolls than we normally get on the Basement Part 1, but still not going to get a ridiculous amount of rerolls, so we need to, you know, just take it or leave it pretty much. And Demon Baby is not that bad as far as passives go. Demon Baby essentially is kind of like a shooting familiar, in the same vein as a Brother Bobby or Sister Maggie, but it shoots automatically at anything that gets too close, so it's kind of like a self-defense drone, if you will, essentially. Probably not a great comparison, unless you've played FTL, I guess. Which I actually haven't, so it's a weird reference, but Relic, gonna take that for sure. Gives a soul heart every 4 rooms. It's just substantially better the earlier you find it, basically. Because you'll just accumulate more and more soul hearts. So, the Relic by itself kind of solves one problem I've had in a lot of runs lately, including in the unseen version of episode 5. And that is sustainability. I haven't really been getting so many ways to just keep my health up and to just accumulate a bit of effective health. But the Relic allows me to do exactly that. It allows me to hopefully accumulate a nice stockpile of soul hearts on these somewhat easier floors. So I have a bit of a cushion when it comes to those challenging floors. So what I'm going to try to do here is go back. I think I'm going to re-roll Demon Baby. Demon Baby is not bad. Oh man, it's a tough decision because I actually like Demon Baby quite a bit. There are some people who don't like him that much, and there are some more re-rolls we could do. So you know, let's just take Demon Baby and go fight the boss. I think that is, I think it's an okay decision. Not the best item we can get, but it's also not bad. It's honestly pretty solid as far as familiars go. And it's really good if you happen to have a really slow fire rate, like with Polyphemus or Dr. Fetus. because he will protect you from little things such as spiders and flies, which can be kind of hard to hit if you have a very slow firing rate. Which is not a problem right now, of course, but it could be useful later on. Speed upgrade, gonna reroll it for health upgrade. What I'm gonna do now is actually go back and try to do the rest of this floor, or at least get 2 more charges, because the devil room can spawn after that second boss, and I want to be able to reroll that if it comes up and it doesn't have any good items in it. So health up, pretty nice. Stem cells also has a bit of a shot speed up in it. It's a little bit lower than most shot speeds. I believe it's 16% or something like that, which is unfortunate, I would say, but not a huge deal. Wow, that was lucky. 2 extra soul hearts from that red chest. No complaints about that, though. None whatsoever. So yeah, I need to do 1 more room, and hopefully we can find that. So I can go do that boss room, have a reroll ready to go. Overall, this floor has gone pretty well. We've gotten a decent amount of soul hearts stashed up. Okay. Shouldn't have said that in retrospect. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that open and kill that guy. Got a key for it. Key for a bomb at this stage. Pretty okay. Don't have a lot of bombs. Don't really have a lot of... Okay. I meant to say I don't have a lot of keys, but I also don't really have a lot of bombs either. But at the same time, I would rather have a slight excess of keys than bombs, so... And I would definitely have rather have 1 key, 1 bomb than I would have 2 bombs, 0 keys, especially at this stage of the game. Just need keys really badly. So we're gonna go do the last boss. Hopefully not anything too challenging, but you never know. As you can see, he's starting to actually get a pretty decent stable of soul hearts. Weird way to describe that, I guess, but... Also, if we can find the secret room with this 1 bomb, which is kind of unlikely because there are several spots for it, we could potentially go to that shop, which would be nice. Larry J shouldn't be too bad. Just gotta keep my eyes open, not get cornered by this poop, because then I could get some kind of horrible bacterial infection. That would be bad. As one might imagine. Somehow I've managed to create 3 Larry Juniors. Oh god, what are you, Isaac? Some kind of mad scientist. That happens sometimes if you just break off a segment like perfectly. It's kind of rare, I would say, but it does happen from time to time. So we did get a deal with the devil, and we did get another health upgrade, which I'm definitely going to take. Because I would love to spend some of these hearts on a good deal. Whoa! We have a great deal. What's going on? Take this. Definitely take this. Fuck you, hearts. Reroll. Spirit of the Night. Cool. Okay. So. I'm going to try and explain all of that. So we got Guppy's tail, which means we're going to find a lot more chests, basically. And we got Guppy's paw, which allowed me to turn each one of my red heart containers into 3 soul hearts. I don't have any more bombs, I forgot. So we're just gonna leave. Hopefully we'll pick up 3 more cents on the next floor. Unless that's a chest down there I can get into. Okay, so the other thing is I re-rolled Guppy's paw into a other deal with the devil item, Spirit of the Night in this case, which gives flying and Spectre keys. The main reason I was re-rolling it was to try and acquire I was trying to acquire, I'm trying to think of the name of the item. Guppy's head, yeah. So I can turn into Guppy. So I'm going to buy Mom's purse, because we're definitely going to want the Polaroid. I'm going to buy the key, and I'm going to buy the bomb too. Obviously don't need the heart. So, usually going all spirit hearts is risky. It's still kind of risky right now, but we do have guaranteed source of soul hearts, even if it's a little bit of a slow source. One every 4 rooms probably won't get me through the game on its own, but it will be a good damage mitigator. Getting another one like the Miter, or even like a Book of Revelation or something, would put us in a really solid position. One thing I would mention right now is that we're probably not going to take any more red hearts, because we're not going to get Guppy's paw again. So the reason I don't want to take any more is because if we make it to Mom, we get the Polaroid, then every time we take damage, we will be invincible for 5 seconds, which is kind of amazing. Just interesting. Keepers. Ability to fly is pretty cool. Main reason I decided to go for that, the main reason I rerolled, because I want to become Guppy. Guppy gives you flying, which is obviously kind of redundant at this point, but still gives you flying, and every time you do damage, you summon a blue attack fly, which does twice your damage. It's a pretty, I mean, it basically triples your damage output, which is awesome. It's really good. So, Spirit of the Night gives us Spectral Tears in addition to flying, so it's not going to be totally redundant if we actually become Guppy, and it's useful right now. What is white? White is Speedball. I actually think that just gives shot speed, so that's pretty bad. Child's Heart? Not Child's Heart. It's just a heart, basically. I always get that mixed up with Child's Heart. So, what it does is it gives us a heart, and I believe it gives full health as well. So it's not super appealing. Though, I am tempted to just go ahead and do the boss room. And, it's a hard decision to make, honestly. I'm not sure what I want to do. Library. Hello. We do have a D6 charge, gonna be ready after this round, so. And they found the secret room for us. Need a key. Need a key. Please drop a key. No. 3 cents. Not really that great, but okay. Got it for free, so I'm not gonna complain. Need a key. Need a key. Need a key. Need a key. Some interesting stuff I could do. I feel like I may regret not taking the heart. Like if I go into that deal with the devil, and if there is another deal with the devil and I see Guppy's head, there's no way for me to buy it. So right now it's not a disadvantage because we don't have the Polaroid, but we are either going to want to reduce that to half a heart or get rid of it entirely by the time we get down to the womb, essentially. So, I want to get to the library. That's what I want. Looks like we're not going to get any more rerolls on this floor, which makes sense. The first floor of the caves or catacombs usually isn't that big. Tempting to go into the cursed room. Could contain a Guppy eye. Might actually take dead cat at this point as well. I guess there's not many reasons not to at this stage. Okay, 2 pills. Range up, cool. Balls of steel, awesome. Speed up, okay. It's not. Speed up, I don't mind it as much because we are flying. So, one thing I do want to mention about flying is that if you are flying, then you only lose health on the. You can go into a cursed room for free, but you still take damage when you leave. So basically half cost cursed rooms, which is cool. Husk champion version. We can shoot through these rocks because they're Spectral Tears. That's what Spectral Tears do. So this fight shouldn't be too bad as long as I abuse the fact that I can fly over the rocks and shoot over them. Unless all the bomb flies just destroy them. So main problem right now, as you might suspect, because there's always some kind of problem, I suppose. We don't really have a lot of damage. Bomb flies there just did a ton of damage to us, which I'm pretty happy to see. Oh, didn't get caught in that reaction. So we have a lot of good things going for us right now, but we're either going to need to turn into Guppy or get some good damage upgrades going on soonish. Or we're just going to start, we'll probably just start draining hearts to the fact that I'll be taking quite a bit of damage, or because the rooms will be taking so long that it'll be hard to keep up the dodge effectiveness, basically. Like, it's hard to keep dodging for longer periods of time, is what I find. So, Super Bandage gives us a heart and 2 soul hearts. We got lots of soul hearts on this floor. No keys, though, which sucks. Would have loved to get the library chain rolling. 4 free bombs, not going to complain about that. I should probably be shooting the poops and the fires, but the thing is, Spectral Tears makes them take forever to do, so you know, I'm not going to do it. Like, if you want to be really thorough, you should do that. But just know that it's going to take quite a while if you have Spectres and all I can do is. Okay, Demon Baby, stop. Demon Baby. Demon Baby. Stop! Demon Baby is scaring these hosts. It's making it difficult. Demon Baby, calm down. Demon Baby. Okay. Who's a good Demon Baby? Hey, need this host to pop up. I don't like when the hosts work together. It scares me. Okay. Kind of a long room, but we got through it. Tinky Eye gives us a 10% chance to launch a poisoned tier. It just does a little bit of extra damage. Over time, it's not bad. As far as trinkets go, not gonna complain about it. Especially since we didn't have a trinket to begin with, so, you know. Key, finally! Starting to get worried there. So I could just hover over a hole here, but we are fairly fast, and I can abuse the terrain to get around them. Of course, I probably should have, considering I took a point of damage. Being kind of cocky, I suppose. Another key. Really happy to see that. 5 more cents, and I will definitely go to the shop now. Excuse me. Check this secret room. It is 5 cents. Unicorn horn. Does mean we have a reroll, finally. 1 up. No thank you. Probably not going to help us that much because I'm trying to do an all spirit heart run here, and we have a lot of good reasons to do that. We've been getting lucky on finding quite a few natural spirit hearts. We've got the relic. We just have a lot of spirit hearts right now, so 1 up is not that great if you are rolling a spirit heart type build. It's okay, but not really great. Unless you're actively carrying Guppy's Paw, in which case it's kind of weak, but usually don't do that. Sometimes I do. Could have made a case for doing it here, but I'm kind of glad I didn't at the same time. Alright, just gotta get to these hosts. Unfortunately, low damage means these take a little while. Attempting to do that golden chest. Gonna get another reroll going on here soon. And if I don't find the item room, I may just reroll the 1-up, see if we can get something else good going on. Alright, just gonna plow through these guys. No problems, no problems. Okay, what's this card? The Hermit. Take me to the shop. Pretty much for free. Well, it'll cost a card, but you know, that's kind of the point of the card, so it's not a bad cost. Reroll, Dad's Key. Honestly, I don't know all of what Dad's Key does. I'm pretty sure it opens doors in the room, even if you're in a combat phase. Like, I know it does that, and I know it can be used for some kind of exploit, but I'm honestly not too familiar with that item. It doesn't really appeal to me all that much. Especially since I already have the D6. So. I realize that's how a lot of these decisions against spacebar items go. Because, well, you know, I already have the D6, so why would I pick that up? But that's just kind of how the game is balanced once you get the D6. The D6 is really, really good. Like, incredibly good. It just gets better the more efficient you get at using it. So we're gonna get 1 more reroll here. So we have to make a decision to use it in the secret room, to use it in this item room, or to save it for the boss, potentially the devil room. Well, it's very tempting to use it on Dead Sea Scrolls. That's what these are, by the way. This is a random spacebar item per room, which sounds neat, but it's got kind of a longish recharge time. And, you know. So, I guess I could reroll either the item room or the secret room, because they're both spacebar items. Unfortunately, we did not get an arcade here, and I'm going to open this in case it gives me enough money, which it did, because I have the Hermit, so I don't need a key, so I can go fight Greed. Wow, okay. Lucky me, I guess. That's sarcasm, by the way. Fight's not going too badly, I'd say. For a Greed fight, this is going pretty well, actually. Poison damage being surprisingly effective here. And Demon Baby was also doing a number on him when I was letting him fire. Steam Sale, might as well take it. Doesn't mean we have another roll which you could use right now, but this is going to be our last roll for the floor. So what I'm going to do is go and fight the boss on the off chance that we get to deal with the devil and it doesn't have Guppy's head. Maybe I can roll it up, because ultimately my goal is to become Guppy, but I'll re-roll something else if necessary. So, very interesting situation here. We are fighting the Fallen. The Fallen will give us a Devil Room item, or an Angel Room item if applicable, but it's actually not, because we already took a deal with the Devil. And once you take a deal with the Devil, you completely invalidate your chance to get an Angel Room. Or you're supposed to. Sometimes it bugs out, I hear. But I've never actually seen that myself, so I cannot verify it. I believe it, though, just given kind of the nature of this game. So this is the Fallen. Not the hardest thing in the world to fight, but you know, not the easiest either. Definitely can mess you up if you're not prepared to deal with it. Make no mistake about that. Well, kind of messed that up. So far, they're only 1 point of damage. So can't complain. If he touches you, he does do 1 point, 1 full heart of damage. So try not to let that happen. Poison damage, doing a good job there. So maybe we'll see our Guppy item right here. I would happily take Dead Cat, I think. Could easily drop it. Did not drop Brother Bobby. Gave us a deal with Devil though, so let's check that out. Pact Brimstone. You know, the Pact is quite good. It really is. It's actually very tempting to take the Pact. I think we should take the Pact. Seems weird, I know. I'm just gonna leave Brimstone there. Reroll this. Common Cold. Alright. Well, we will take Common Cold. So the good news is we didn't actually see a Guppy item, so we know they're still in existence. If we'll get them or not, you know, that's a different story, I suppose, but we're still out there. The Pact gives us some tears up, gives us damage up. Common Cold makes it so all of our shots do poison damage, I believe it means, or it's a very, very high percentage, much higher than 10%. So Pinky Eye isn't really that useful anymore, but that's okay. It did good for us. Surprisingly good for us, actually. And I actually would have rather had Common Cold than Brother Bobby, so I'm not disappointed with how that went down. Also, the Pact gives us 2 soul hearts, so pretty cool in that way. We don't actually have any red hearts left, which is good, but it could be problematic if we get to deal with that. So, I'm gonna go ahead and fight the boss because I'm pretty confident in our ability to kill stuff right now, especially Monstro 2. Shouldn't be that hard. As you can see, poison damage is not really all that bad. It's easy to underestimate it because it doesn't do damage immediately. But it does okay damage. It's not that bad. This fight's pretty good for Demon Baby as well. It's pretty close range. Okay, so this fight's going alright. I'm going to AFK for a couple minutes here. You won't be able to notice recording and all that good. Tempting to take that, very tempting. We are only really going to get 1 more Devil Room though, so it's also not so tempting, but let's fuck it, you know? Alright, so I'll be right back. Hello everybody, I'm back. Sorry about the delay there. Oh shit. I forgot the item room, didn't I? Okay, well, you know, hopefully that's not the end of the world. So I was kind of gone for longer than I expected, so I just sort of forgot that. I apologize. And if that results in our loss, I apologize even more. Hopefully that is not the case. As I remember, and as I can tell, we actually had a pretty good run going here. Not the greatest run I've ever seen, but quite a strong one. Definitely one that I think holds a very fair chance, since we, you know, for 1, we have soul hearts off the screen, 2, we're fairly close to becoming Guppy, 3, I believe we have Mom's Purse, don't we? Yeah, and there's just some good advantages we got going on right now. Sure, a couple of problems, but nothing too severe. Something that may have been able to be actually fixed in a item, which is part of the reason that's disappointing, I suppose. I'm not going to take up that speed up pill. Because I've obviously already taken one, and I feel quite fast, so it's not a huge deal in my mind. Just killed those guys. I need to get some keys going on in here. Because I didn't go to the shop on the last floor either. A common cold, as well as pinky eye, which seems a little redundant, but you know, I suppose I haven't had a lot of choices in that regard. Unknown pill. Bombs are key. Oh, okay. Well, we should have gone to the shop, I suppose. Even if it is greed, still perhaps, well, not really worth going if it is greed, but there's a chance it's not. Because I don't know, you know, I don't know. So here we go. Super greed. Even. It's got a chance to drop the quarter, which, you know, is not really that useful for us right now. Of course, we could play the fortune teller machine, and I may just do that. We have about a 65% chance of losing each time, which sucks a lot, but when we win, we'll get trinkets or cards, tarot cards, generally, and also have a chance to get spirit hearts. And if it breaks, there's also a chance to get the crystal ball, which is something I would consider taking, since the D6 at this stage of the game. Maybe not too early on, but at this point, we don't have the map of the compass, and one of the things that it actually does for you, by it, I mean crystal ball, is it gives you the treasure map and compass effect. So let's open this. We have a lot of keys, some bombs going on. Do I want to take the quarter? Not really. Do I want to take the ladder? Even more not. So it looks like it's re-rolling in the shop pool. I don't know if it's going to keep going that way, but if it does, that means we might be able to roll up the compass or something, which would be nice. Or possibly the habit. And I apologize about that throat clearing. I need to drink of water, apparently. Okay, this room isn't so bad. It's certainly doable. There we go. So I guess we'll just keep rolling the shop until we get something adequate. Some here, more money. Got lots of money to work with. Which isn't a bad thing, just not necessarily super useful either. Just depends how much we get to play arcades and judgments and the like. Okay, that was a unexpected maneuver. I think if you do the we need like a, you know, like an instant replay, because that was a ridiculously long next, you know, release essentially. Incredible range on that thing, apparently. The animation looked kind of silly too. So we roll this. It becomes the ladder. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I hope the ladder is just in the shop pool a couple times, and it's not like bugged or something, and we're just gonna get the ladder, because that would be inconvenient, to say the least. So this is a little cheesy, but it does get the job done. And these guys are a little bit scary. You know, they do full heart damage, move somewhat quickly, and can do some tricky things with their AI that you may not see coming if you're not prepared for it. So I guess we keep heading down here in the left to try to find the item room. Possibly. One of them's got to be down this way, I assume. Perhaps incorrectly, but it makes sense to me. One of the nice things about flying is that creep does not negatively affect us. The brains will still do a hard damage if they touch us, but otherwise we're perfectly fine. Okay, that was silly of me. I was in a pretty good position there, actually, to not take damage. This room's lagging a little bit. A lot of stuff going on, I suppose. Not really sure how that one died, but I'll take it. Sometimes a little bit hard to tell when you have spectral shots because they'll fly through objects. I guess what we should do is try to reroll that ladder, but we may just roll into another ladder and waste our roll again, which would suck. Now, what I want to believe here is we just got unlucky, and maybe the ladder is in the pool multiple times. But okay, portable slot machine would be really useful on any other level. I may actually take that, to be honest, because we could farm the Dips 1 boss, potentially, which would be nice. Get some good items going, get some health, perhaps, which I guess wouldn't be that useful, but could get something like pentagram, wire coat hanger, some good stuff for sure. Health may not be the most useful thing, because, well, we kind of want to do an all spirit hearts thing. Unfortunately, it does not seem like there's going to be an arcade here. or a blood donation machine, so we can't get our health down to half of a heart, which we're absolutely going to want to do when it comes time for Polaroid. Because we have so many spirit hearts, not really many red hearts, so being able to keep that permanent Polaroid invincibility going would be fantastic for our long-term survivability. Hey, that's not a good way to take damage. Alright, so we're gonna get here. So this may be our last attempt at a roll, unless we get a teleport card, which is definitely within the realm of possibility if I go play. So that is Poison Touch, which, I mean, I guess I'll take. Not a lot of choices there. It is a passive. Not a bad passive, makes it so we do poison damage if we run into something. It's actually a pretty good amount of damage. It's actually more damage than the common cold as far as I know. So it's not bad. You know, I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm gonna play this a few times, not sure how many times, but a few. So I'll just want to open this up a little. I know I had flying, but at the same time I don't want this area to get super cluttered. Okay, that's scary. I believe we have Mob's Purse, so it's not the end of the world. Well, kinda sucks. It's tempting to pick that up, because I'm pretty sure we have Mob's Purse, but that may have been a previous run. Double check, I guess. Looks like we do. The tick is an okay item, but we're not actually running on red hearts, so it loses a lot of value. Because we aren't running on red hearts. So just fighting Golden Mom here. Shouldn't be super hard. Even maybe she get to do some good damage here, which is always nice. Maybe would have preferred to fight Red Mom, but you know, Red Mom is typically easier. Unless you're running a very slow fire build, in which case it would be kind of a pain in the ass. You just stop taking damage. I should have picked up Portable Slot Machine. Oh well. I guess we're not going to get to do that, unfortunately. Not going to get to do the boss farming glitch that I was hoping to do. Which is a shame, but I guess it's alright. Would have also taken something like a candle. That added damage and survivability mixture would have been welcomed in this type of build we're running in. Generally welcomed in most builds, so it's not a huge surprise to us. Still have hearts off the screen, which is nice. I'm trying to avoid taking any more damage on this play. No, take damage right there, unfortunately. I think I will take the crate because it's a pretty good item. Gives us one of every pickup, including the strength card here, and whatever this pill is, which is range up, which I'll definitely take. And I think I'll take Judas's Tongue in place of Pinky Eye. Judas's Tongue makes it so all deals with the devil cost 1 heart instead of 2, which actually has some potential use for us because we do have just 1 heart. I believe we could actually use the strength card to effectively get to negative hearts. I'm not sure how that works. Okay, so getting the loading screen glitch, it happens from time to time. Not much I can effectively do about it, unfortunately. So, just take a drink of water real quick. Oh, got a bit of ice. Unexpected. Alright, this room got walking oils and babies. That's what they're called. I know. It's tempting to call them fetuses, but apparently they're not called fetuses. Alas. So, this room's going pretty well. If every room goes like that, we're gonna have a good time, I think. We are on Utero, so we may get some rooms like this, which could be definitely pretty hard. It's perhaps a little bit easier than certain mask and heart rooms because it's just so open, so it should be theoretically easy to avoid the masks. Which is a nice change of pace. Still gotta be careful though. If I just end up taking 1 hit of damage on this room, well, never mind. That's what I get for saying that. I was gonna say, if I just end up taking 1 heart of damage on that room, it's the world, but, you know, it didn't work out, so. Yeah, that was a weird dodge I had to make there. Pretty happy it worked, though. Just want to hit this leech. Okay, might as well open these golden chests. That one was certainly not worth it, but, you know. Occasionally, you will find a golden chest with an item in it. Of course, I believe the rarest one was Fate. Could get a health up as well, which I guess I'll take. Again, blood donation machine pretty much would change the game quite a bit right now, so we can get that floor rate invincibility rocket. But until that time, kind of in a weird position. Running entirely on soul hearts, but don't have the traditional soul heart advantage of polar invincibility. Fortunate. That one paid out pretty well. Probably not going to go to the cursor right now. Blast assist room shouldn't be super hard as long as I take it slow. Get some of these guys off the screen. The trick to this room is just try and get them in their next state, basically. Their down state, so they don't just spam the room with shots. Once they're down to this crawling stage, it's not a big deal. So, moving on. This big floor. Apparently, no idea where the boss is. Could go to the challenge room. I guess I'll check it out, see if there's any items of interest there. Kind of doubt there will be. This version of the Hollowed is kind of neat. He drops coins out of his body, which is potentially helpful. Probably not going to be helpful in this particular case. So having Guppy's tail and a lot of keys is always a fun experience, especially if you actually make it to the chest. That's not worth my time. Could actually use more keys because we're likely going to get several more gold chests throughout this experience, unless we die very, very soon. I'm not super sure about our odds right now, but I'm fairly certain that we'll at least. I have good faith that we'll probably make it to Mom's Heart, at the minimum. So an arcade can't spawn on this floor as far as I know because it's not an even numbered floor, and I believe it has to be an even numbered floor. So Gertie Jr. is just one of them. Now, if I can do this without taking damage, it would be really helpful, kind of tricky at the same time. Gertie Jr. is, of course, one of the hardest rooms you get in this stage, just because it's just so unpredictable at times. Okay, so now I can see my hearts, which is a bit disconcerting. Yeah. Part of the problem is I have to be so cautious about taking damage because I don't have that polar invincibility. And, you know, you want to be cautious taking damage always, right? Unless you are literally invincible, which can happen, but it's quite rare. So, yeah, so you want to be cautious about taking damage in any situation, but the fact is I'm just exposing myself to more damage by not having that additional 3 seconds of invincibility that Polaroid would offer me. Because the standard invincibility time when you take full heart damage is this is Tierney's head, it's pretty neat, does that. Reroll homing bombs, interesting. I wonder if that's in the item. Cool. Or if homing bombs, hold on a second. Or if homing bombs can show up in the gold chests. I wonder if we've like gone through everything that can show up in gold chests yet or not. It seems unlikely, but I guess it's possible. So maybe some potential rerolls there. I don't really want homing bombs too badly. I don't have Dr. Fetus or anything, so it's not that great. It's basically just 5 more bombs that have a tiny bit more precision, which is nice, but not awesome. Bum friend follows us around, takes money from us, summons stuff occasionally. It's probably better. I mean, we have a shit ton of money, so we don't really need more, but, hey, blood donation machine. So what I need now is half of a heart. Pretty much. Range up. Okay, I guess I'll just take that. Yeah, so I need half a heart. Now there's a full heart. What I'm gonna do is just get hit by this. I don't really care what it drops, I don't really need the money. As I said, don't want that. What I want is half a heart. So I can take one more hit on it and get down to half of an effective heart. So I will have effectively 9 spirit hearts worth of resistance, where I will be getting Polaroid invincibility, which is worth a lot more than just one heart container, I would say. Because that's like like 45 seconds of invincibility, which is pretty solid. What happened to my health? Oh shit, I messed it up. I gotta find another half part, I guess. Something I did there kind of screwed the pooch. So I gotta fix that. Hopefully there's another half part. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Half heart? No. It's weird. The game usually gives me plenty of half hearts. Ah, thank you. Alright, now don't mess it up again. I'm not sure exactly what I did to screw it up like that, but ideally I don't do it again. Bum friend, you might be worth taking. I don't know. It's sort of a hard call, I suppose. So I'm just gonna hit this once, not gonna do anything cheap. Okay. Okay, Ivy bag. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Teratome. Okay. Teratome is not that hard. I believe we can actually abuse the fact that we can fly and have Spectre Tears quite a bit on this fight, because I'm pretty sure can't go over the rocks. So this fight is a lot like Fistula. Except that I believe it has more segments, or maybe less segments actually, but it splits into spiders. Which, you know, is fucking terrifying. But at the same time, it's not really harder than Fistula, I would say. I mean, spiders are annoying, but maybe a little bit of a stretch to say they're just out and out harder than the Chargers. If nothing else, they have less health. So. It's an interesting boss. Usually a good one to get at this stage, I would say. Okay, so we did get to deal with the devil, which I like to see. The wire coat hanger appeals to me. Okay. You know, I feel like we should take both of these, and I feel like we should have come in here with a reroll. So, kind of bad decisions on both parts. Definitely gonna take the Mark. And then I'll take Brother Bobby. Because, Brother Bobby's not great, but he's a damage increase, so whatever. Mark Code Hammer gives us 0.7 additional fire rate, tears up, so it's quite solid item. I'm not gonna pass on that. It's a definite DPS increase. So we're running entirely on soul hearts now. I have red tears, which I like to see. 11.5 hearts. So, alright, golden chest. Apparently there are no more rerolls to acquire here, unfortunately. So I guess I'll just take one friend. I got plenty of money. So. I mean, I'm definitely not going to need more money, so there's no real reason to be stingy about this. So, Brother Bobby, pretty much the most basic familiar in the game, just fires, does a normal amount of familiar damage, no special effect, very rarely worth a deal with the devil, but in that case I was pretty sure I wasn't able to reroll him, didn't really care about that red heart anyways, so I just decided to go for it. Sorry bum friend, wanted to give you that, but wasn't thinking about it. Open this up, Sad Onion. Sad Onion is very tempting to take. We have a pretty fast fire rate already though, so it's tempting to reroll. Book of Sin. Certainly not better, but we are very early on here and we have a reroll target, which is interesting. Lovers summons 2 red hearts. Strength card is better for our purposes. Lovers has some interesting potential applications, but not in this situation. Also, this spot kind of scares me a little. I shouldn't be able to take damage, but you never know when the game is going to kind of bug out on me. Yeah, coming out like that was silly. Man, we have a lot of tears, which is good. Very good, actually. We need to accumulate a few more soul hearts to feel comfortable, I think. Ideally, our damage would be a little bit higher to do maybe an Isaac. Like, I think our DPS is fine. Part of the problem, though, is we're getting a lot of our damage just from this really nice tier rate that we got going on right now. And that's not really a good thing against Isaac, because they'll just retaliate more, basically. Which makes dodging a nightmare. We don't have any orbitals, I just noticed, so that kind of sucks. So we're probably going to go to the arcade. I mean, we're definitely going to go to the arcade, I should say. I got Fate, apparently, which sucks. Well, it's not. It doesn't suck. Fate is a good item, but in this case, it's kind of bad. I need to try and get rid of that Eternal Heart. So I'm probably not going to find another arcade, so I'm just going to try and do this. It's not going to work, unfortunately. Give me the Polaroid. It's a weird thing to do. Yeah, so looks like I'm stuck with this Eternal Heart, which is very unfortunate. So I'm going to play this. Okay, bad gas. Whatever. Range up. Probably pretty close to the range cap now, but I might as well take it. We should be able to. Yeah, we are range capped essentially. Unless we get homing tiers, and then I guess we could use some more, but it's not a huge deal. So what this Eternal Heart basically means for us is that speed up. It's not super used. $1 bill. That's not really helpful, is it? Reroll that to odd mushroom. Lower our damage somewhat, gives more tiers. We're probably not at the tier cap yet, so it's an interesting idea. I'll think about it. A lot of red hearts here. Which aren't really that useful to me. Could really give me anything else that would be more useful. Even more money would be more useful than these red hearts. Well, I did just say that, so I kind of deserved it. Honestly, that's what I really want, Skatel. Yeah, that's what I want, game. Okay. Taking damage in this room is really stupid of me to do. We don't really have enough hearts to justify that kind of silly damage. Keys are very welcome, getting a ton of gold chests, and they're working extremely well. Gold chests may be the unsung hero of this run, if all goes well. Which is still yet to be seen. It's kind of tempting to just take on Mushroom and just decide to go to Satan, because I feel like we could maybe beat Satan. But on the same token, I feel like beating Isaac is going to be a challenge, because we don't really have that hard hitting tiers. They're okay damage-wise. They're a lot better than base. Like, probably about twice as good as base, actually. And they have common cold going too, but the problem is they're not super awesome tiers. And they are really fast, which is where a huge portion of our DPS comes from. And that combined with the fact that we have no orbitals, we really don't have that much health going on. We have an okay amount. I'm not complaining about it, but we definitely need higher. Makes me concerned about Isaac, Blue Baby. Well, mostly just Isaac. I feel like if we made it to the chest, things may turn around. We have a lot of keys, we'd get a lot of items, and even if a lot of them are garbage, I would guess some of them, just because there would be quite a few. Again, Skatel would be really welcome here. Maybe it wouldn't be a huge benefit this late in the game, but at the same time, wouldn't complain about it. Again, plenty of parts. D20 would be kind of nice right now, actually. Quite a bit of stuff to reroll. More keys, sure. Let's go ahead and leave. I may come back. I probably will come back because I decide if I want to take Odd Mushroom or reroll it or whatever. I need to go back and look at whatever that other item was, because I actually don't remember what it was. I'm not sure if I want to take it. Okay, thank you. Tower. I guess I'd rather have strength than the tower. If only somewhat. Golden chest may be good, maybe not. So Fate, by the way, gives you that Eternal Heart, but it also gives you flying, which is kind of worthless to us right now, as you can imagine, because we already have flying. But it's actually generally a pretty great item to find. Just in this situation, it's didn't give us the benefit of flying because we're already flying. And oh, Judgment. And the Eternal Heart really just kind of messes with Polar Invincibility in a way I don't care for. Well, should reroll that. I have an idea about this strength card, by the way, in case you're wondering why I stopped communicating. I was thinking about something. Also, library. Necromonica, sure. Book of Revelations. Good item. I'm gonna pop it once. Reroll. I wonder if we can get this to work. Book of Belial. It's probably better than the dice at this point, but you know, luck logic, I guess. I'm gonna try and nuke this this Eternal Heart because it's really bothering me. Really makes me concerned about our future chances. So I'm gonna try and get rid of it. It worked. Then I messed it up. Okay. Now I feel really silly. It worked, and then I messed it up. Oh, the strength card disappeared. Forgot about that. Okay. All is well. So I managed to get rid of that Eternal Heart. What I did, by the way, strength gives pretty much the magic mushroom effect, so it gives you a heart for a room, which you can reroll. 2 spades. Might as well just pop it now. Probably never gonna need 20 keys. May have actually needed 10, but probably not 20. This room scares the shit out of me, so I'm just gonna try and play it kind of the coward way. The tactical way, if you prefer to be a little more courteous, I suppose. Either way, it kind of means the same thing in this case. Working pretty well, to be honest. Something to be said for the coward's way at times. So if we could loop that library around, that would be awesome. But I don't know how many more rooms we're gonna have. Man, kind of wishing we'd gotten basically this floor, but on XL, because then there would be a lot more rooms and we could use this D6 more. But you know, it doesn't always happen. So it's very tempting to take Book of Belial, I have to say. Let Bump take that, I guess. Thank you. There's the boss room. It may even be a good idea to take Book of Belial. Certainly help against Satan. Or Isaac or Luke, you know, either way. But, you know, let's look around. We have a lot of items on the screen right now, so. Dog food, don't want to take that. It's health up. A lot of these we just probably aren't going to take, realistically. Book Sin. You know, probably not going to take that. Well, I definitely won't take Book of Sin. Let's go take God Mushroom. Because I think it'll give us a tier rate increase, even though we're pretty close to max here. It's hard to tell. Did lose enough damage that we're no longer red, unfortunately. But I'm pretty sure we're at max tier rate right now. Only way we can go faster is if we got cancer. Okay, reroll this. Ah, shit. Probably not the best decision. Oh. Good ice. Okay. Only gonna get 2 more charges, unfortunately. Which means the library was probably the wrong thing to roll. What? Unidentified build. Oh, that sucks. Not the end of the world, I guess, but still sucks. So, what do we do now? In retrospect, rerolling the Book of Belial was probably the wrong idea. I should have kept better track of the amount of books we had left. It's tempting to just take the Book of Shadows, but I guess I won't. Apparently I'm just going to leave the floor. If we manage to find another library, we're going to be in an amazing position, potentially, but that is sort of unlikely. I'm tempted to go to the cathedral just to see if it does happen. Because if it does, we might actually stand a chance, but if it doesn't, I don't know. Taking damage on this fight, not a good idea. Taking damage on any fight is not really a good idea, I guess. In this fight, you know, we definitely don't really want to be taking damage if we know them. Need to collect our advantages so we can make a proper decision. I think Seoul is probably our best bet, to be honest, but I always get hit by that, even though it's just so easy to not get hit by it. Thank you. I'm really glad that worked. I don't like threads. Threads are not a big deal. I saved that to take damage, so I guess I kind of had it coming. Especially now that we've lost so much health, it's even more tempting to go to shield. See, the big problem I have going to Isaac is that I'm fairly certain that, for one, Pretty Fly is not in the pillar rotation, unfortunately, which would potentially help us if we could find an arcade or something. You know, maybe have a last-ditch effort that way. But not having any orbitals and having most of your damage come from tier rate means that Isaac is going to be a fucking nightmare. Something I'm going to need a shit ton of health for, which I don't necessarily have a horrible amount of health, but not enough health to do that. I'll tell you that right now. Simply don't do enough damage per tier to make it work. And I should have bombed it. Oh, okay. Nice good loop right there. We don't have any slowing effects or anything either. Actually don't have very much utility, I suppose. That noise. So we are in the permanent bomb phase. Don't have to worry about the creep, just gotta dodge the bombs. Your mom will usually kill the enemies for us. Occasionally she needs a little help. And getting skates will be really nice. I guess I can still go get it eventually. But down to shield. Ultimately, I do prefer to go to Cathedral and hopefully the chest, but I think in this case, it's so unlikely that I don't think it's worth just completely trashing this run for it, basically. I feel like we could, you know, essentially achieve a victory, even if it's not the ultimate victory, so. And, you could debate that, I suppose. Should we have gone to the chest or the cathedral? Maybe. Maybe it's better to practice the cathedral than it is to go to shield. So, I do kind of like shield. I don't really go here that often. Maybe hard to tell that from the video series, but I actually don't really go here too terribly often. But, I think in this case, it was probably the right decision in terms of just trying to earn a victory. But perhaps not necessarily the most entertaining route, unfortunately. Interesting place to put a slot machine. Tempting to just go look for the libraries. It's a real funny game. Now I guess we might as well re-roll it. Still an arcade machine, so let's just go fight and see. Alright, so first we gotta deal with the Fallen. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I mistimed it. Damn it. I always mistime it. Actually, that's not true. There was once upon a time, like a long time ago, relative to now, where I actually had the timing down pretty much perfectly, which was a neat time. This is a 3-phase fight. First we have to fight the Fallen, then you have to fight Satan, then you have to fight Satan's feet. This game is addicted to making you fight feet, which is cool. This is kind of a scale thing. Okay. Ideally we don't take this much damage from Fallen, but we do. Yeah, it's even worse now. Okay. So now for the second phase. You should have seen that coming. It's got pretty obvious tells, so taking damage like that's not super. Whenever he starts doing the same thing over and over again, I start to get a little scared about my ability to dodge that kind of repeat. Yeah. Sometimes he'll try to trap you in there. Usually it works against me because, well, So it looks like we're going to get through the second phase, but, well, maybe we'll get through the second phase. But the third phase is not very easy. It's not impossible to get through, but that's it's just kind of unlikely. So, sorry about that, everyone. Unfortunately, we did not make it. That was a fun run. I really enjoyed that run. We had a really fun item build, pretty unique, I would say. And it was a fun time, and I'm really glad we made it as far as we did. I'm glad we went to Shield. I'm kind of disappointed in my ability to fight Satan. I feel like I should be better at that fight by now, but I guess I really just haven't done it that much. And it's a really well-made fight. I'm just not super good at it. Yeah, that was fun. Disappointing we didn't make a complete win, but we made it quite close, I would say. So thank you for watching if you made it through the whole thing. And peace. Thank you.